Well, how'd you enjoy that? That's my little attempt at trying to engage you into this course. Welcome to our course, ECOMP 355, the Winter 2014 edition. My name is Dean Cheresky. I will be your instructor for the next 4 months and beyond, if that's something you're interested in. I always value the opportunity I have to stay connected with students after the course. But let me just again welcome you and just try to give you a very quick introduction to the course so you have a little better idea of what you're getting yourselves into. There are 42 of you registered for this course, which is an awful lot, and it makes my job somewhat more challenging to try to address your needs and try to stay on top of things, and so I do the best I can, but I really do value the notion of community as a class, and so that's a big part of the course, that you support and help and learn with one another, as opposed to just having this be a teacher-student one-on-one kind of exchange. So the notion of community will come up a lot in terms of assessment and the way in which you learn. So let me just give you a quick breakdown on a couple things. We'll talk about the format of the class, a little bit about the assignments, some talk about assessment, and then maybe some tips. So first of all, the format of the course is we will have weekly online meetings, classes, if you will. These are not, and I repeat, these are not required for you to attend live. So for those of you that have other commitments or whatever, don't feel like you have to rearrange things or whatever, that's fine. I would say, however, that the more of you that can attend these courses, these sessions, the better experience you'll have being able to do it live. So there is something nice about being able to attend the live sessions, but don't be worried about that. As well, they will not always be on the same evening. So they will be in the evenings, but I will change up. According to my schedule, I travel quite a bit, and so I do need to make changes and adjustments as we go. So try to roll with that. Be okay with that. But they're all recorded, so you can watch them. You are required to watch them, but you can watch them at your leisure. And that's kind of going to bring us the core of the content. And then each week you'll have weekly assignments to do based on those sessions. And so your assignments, you'll have about 4 major components of the course. One is the regular weekly tech tasks, we'll call them. A second is being able to create and have a blog that explores some of the ideas beyond just the tasks. So it's an opportunity, and we'll talk all about how to set that up and everything, so don't worry about that. As well, you will be assigned to work with another classroom teacher from somewhere around the world that you'll be able to learn with and from in a kind of informal internship. It's nothing like what you've experienced before, but it's more of an opportunity to sort of see inside what other teachers using technology do with their classroom. So it's a really great opportunity for you to observe and participate in some small ways as well with those classes that have an online presence. What else do we need to know about assignments? There's no exam, but at the end you'll have sort of a summary of learning where you'll just basically answer the question, what did I learn in this course? There is, again, a great expectation that you will be connecting with one another, and so the obligation you'll have is to interact in various ways with one another. So that kind of represents the core of the assignments. I'm a huge believer in changing the way we do assessment, and so one of the big things, there's 2 main things that are probably different in my course than maybe you've experienced elsewhere. One is you'll have an opportunity to change the weighting of your assignments, and so while there's those 4 rough assignments, I'll give you the more details about them, you'll have a range to choose. So if you, let's say you really enjoy the blogging aspect, you might want to give it a little bit more weight to your final grade, or if you don't like it, you can reduce that and put more emphasis elsewhere. It kind of allows you to play to your strengths. And then finally, you actually will be doing a self-assessment. And so I won't be grading you before you do. And just so that you know, in the past, most of my students are very accurate and bang on with their assessments. And so generally speaking, whatever you assess yourself, that's your grade. So hopefully it takes the pressure off and allows you to focus a little bit more on the learning. Finally, just some tips that I know are really helpful when you begin to take an online class. The first one is to really stay active. One of the challenges that you face is that you can't really hide in this course. You can't be a lurker. You can't just sort of watch and observe. You have to be active and participate, simply because there's no other way I can tell if you're learning, if you're engaged, or whatever. So being very consistent and regular with postings and commenting and interacting is important. What doesn't work is if you leave something for a couple weeks and you sort of leave the course. I get very concerned when I don't hear from people for a couple of weeks, especially if I have no idea why. So that's something I really ask you to be diligent with. Even if it doesn't have to be a lot all the time. I get it. People's lives are busy. Sometimes things happen, but it's just a way to let everybody know I'm still with it. I'm here. So be very consistent with your activity online. And enjoy yourself. I really want this course to be something that you find enjoyable, and hopefully be introducing to some ideas you hadn't considered before, and some things that perhaps might cause you a little bit of dissonance. Maybe you haven't thought about in certain ways. That's good. I want that to be a healthy and useful experience. So we will talk more about the course and all the details. The very first session, I believe, I have slated for January the 7th, but all that stuff will be there. Be sure to stay in contact with me. You have all my information. Don't let something go. If you don't understand something, ask questions. I'm here for you, and look forward to a great semester of learning together. So take care, and we will see you around.